We're actually at the dig site prepping some of the bones. In addition to the skull that was removed from this area, the thin bones of the skull displayed still in matrix over here, the upper vertebral area of one of these dinosaurs, we have a very large femur that just yesterday was uncovered. David Mickelson is applying polyvinyl acetate PVA along with some charcoal for definition so that we can better interpret the species. Now, even the finest paleontologist in the field is not always able to properly and fully interpret what particular creature he might be working on. He might have some indications, but the final definition is kept after full prep and after all the bones of the creature have been assembled in the final definition. Quite often, it's very similar to another creature, but requires a new name for various reasons. Now, that would always be a benefit. So here we have certain implications that this femur might belong to certain creatures. However, we're reserving that until final prep, final definition, final interpretation, and designation. David Mickelson is applying PVA and charcoal. PVA is polyvinyl acetate. It penetrates the bones, crystallizes, and hardens them so we can get them out intact without breaking them. Most people don't understand, but bones are very fragile, even dinosaur bones, dense but very fragile. The PVA, polyvinyl acetate, penetrates. If we then need to reverse that, acetone does reverse that. We take them out in jackets, removing one section at a time very carefully. We have to cut under, mushroom, prep with wax paper, with special tissue. We have to cover them with some of the matrix, some of the mud matrix before the wax paper. And then we have to place over that the foil, and then we place over that the burlap in small sections dipped in plaster of Paris. And then we locate them by orientation, on-site orientation, north-south, orientation in relation to the rest of the bones. And we actually integrate into that jacket a framework so that when we flip this, Maestro Del Musca's master craftsmanship comes into play, and we're able to transport them without the bones rolling around and vibrating. At the moment, David Mickelson, a paleontologist in training, is accentuating bones which are somewhere near the skull area. We took out a skull in the section where he actually is kneeling this past year. We fortunately have another skull, some of the bones, very thin bones, of an additional skull of an additional creature. That's quite rare to find a skull at all. Most paleontologists would give their degree for that privilege. Here we have two skulls within 3 to 4 feet of each other. So we're very excited about getting these into the prep lab. They're not prepped finally in the field. They're prepped in a lab where we can work delicately with them, restore fragmented areas, and where we can apply polyvinyl acetate to the point where the bones can be moved, studied, and placed in their final display mode.